Yeah, it's your boy Polo the Swag King, and welcome to another episode of Polo's POV. If you thought about it, we probably go talk about it. Life, love, and all the above. And now that you know what type of party it is, let me stop all the shucking and jiving and come on with the come on. How y'all doing out there? Man, it's a new day. It's a new day. Man, you know I got to keep it coming. I got to keep representing. Man, I do this for y'all. Man, if you understood, I do it for y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I do it for me too, though. You know what I'm saying? It's a personal satisfaction that I can inform my people. I know I got people and I know I got haters, but it's all the same to me because I don't see hate. You know what I'm saying? I got better things to do than to hate. You feel me? So with that being in mind and that being said, let me jump right on into it. They had the State of the Union. Biden got up there, man. He said a lot of good shit. I ain't gonna bullshit you, man. He said a lot of good shit. Whether he gonna do it or not, who knows? You know how this politics shit go. And it ain't just him. Like, we got this misconception, like, it's just the president. But the president, you got the House of Representatives, you got the Senate, you know, and it's certain shit he can do by himself on his own, but it's a lot that he can't, too. It's the checks and balance system in our government, you know what I'm saying? But the first thing he jumped into in the State of the Union, he was talking about this Russia and Ukraine. Y'all didn't want to listen. Polo said, y'all, man, because I remember like a couple episodes ago, I was like, this Russia-Ukraine shit, y'all probably don't care about it. And, I'm going to be real. I was keeping up with it, but I ain't care about it either. But I broke it down to you. You know what I'm saying? That's a cue for you to go back and listen to some of my previous episodes. And that ain't for the haters now. That ain't for the haters, because they ain't gonna do it. They probably, if they was listening, they probably finna turn it off right about now. But anyway, for my true fans and my true followers, yeah, I mentioned that in a couple episodes ago. But I ain't gonna lie, and I think I remember saying I don't think Putin want to do nothing because he's going against NATO. You know what I'm saying? It's like 30 countries. They united. Keep in mind, Ukraine ain't part of NATO. But at the same time, they want to establish, like, hey, you just can't run around and go taking over countries because Ukraine do border other countries and stuff like that. So anyway, but Biden pretty much like, hey, the U.S. got Ukraine back. And that's the kicker about it. A lot of people thinking we should just go over there and bomb them and whoop-de-whoop, blah. We can't just go do that because it's really not our war. You know what I'm saying? This is Russia versus Ukraine. It's not the U.S. versus Russia. You feel what I'm saying? So you can take all that shit out the mix. You know what I'm saying? We giving aid to them. We helping out. And we really ain't even and the only reason we doing that is because of we part of NATO, and our NATO members, they like, this shit Putin doing ain't right. So when they move, we move. You know what I'm saying? Once again, they like a game. You know what I'm saying? It's in the best interest, the way they see it, of the world. You know what I'm saying? It's not just U.S., one country versus another. It's like what's best in the world interest. Because really, peace is the best thing. It costs money to go to war. People die going to war. There's no benefits to war, really, if you just boil it down. And then I don't know why Putin just want this look. I understand why the land means so much to him, you know, because he don't want Ukraine to get to the point where they can join NATO. Because I promise you now, if they was a part of NATO, he'd have had a bomb on him already. You know what I'm saying? But they're not in NATO. You know what I'm saying? They're just an independent country at this point. But a lot of NATO people are backing them and helping them. Not only that, I'm talking about Netflix helping them, and the hackers. You got even people in Russia like, hey, bro, man, these people want to bother you. Why you want to just put a foot over there and try to take over their shit? And speaking of that, the reason why he want to take over their shit, because he's scared they will get to the point where they can join NATO, and then you can have, the U.S., we can set up army bases there, camp, you know what I'm saying? Not only us, anybody else in NATO, because it's a part of NATO. And that's going to be right there in his back door. To this Polo's POV now is just my point of view. It don't represent no publisher or platform of my own. But this is my point of view. He don't want the enemy in his backyard looking over the fence, seeing what he doing. Simply put. You know what I'm saying? But, man, speaking of the people that's backing Ukraine, man, you got people donating weapons. They donating stingers, anti-tank weapons. Man, they got some shit. They can sit on the ground and fire it and knock an airplane out the sky. Uh-oh. And they got heat seekers on this thing. I mean, bro, you talking some heavy shit. And like I said, once again, it's pretty much, at this point, you got a few countries ain't said nothing, like China, Japan. You know, they ain't really just saying that, they ain't really doing nothing. But you got people, they pulling manufacturing out of Russia. They freezing bank accounts. They seizing property. It's like they putting a strain on them. So I really don't understand why. I know what Putin won't have to deal, or I think I do. This is just my point of view. I think I know what he won't have to deal. He don't want Ukraine to join NATO. But is it worth what's all going on? Man, they took the man black belt. Come on, man. Ooh, he probably still got it at home. He can tie it, but it ain't gonna be respected nowhere. That motherfucker can go to the amateur ring, and I don't know how many, he a black belt. He pretty much top, but he can go to the amateur ring, and they gonna try his ass because don't nobody respect his belt. They took that shit. They done kicked a lot of the Russians out the Olympics, even the Paralympics. I mean, come on now. I think to me that's a little too far now. These people already had enough challenges, Russian or not. This the Paralympics now. Let these folks compete. You know what I'm talking about? That's just how I feel about that. But anyway, on the other side of Biden's speech, this still on State of the Union for all y'all that ain't keeping up. He was talking about moving the minimum wage up to $15, rebuilding bridges and roadway systems. And man, I'm all about that now. I ain't really got my faith in now politician, but I can understand where they going on that. And then if you were just looking at the crowd, you can pretty much tell who Republican, who Democrat. Like some of them weren't even paying attention. Like the camera get on, they ain't even paying attention to the speech. They picking their nails, they on their cell phone, they whispering in each other's ears. And I'm like, oh man, they ain't even, I mean, to me, some of them ain't even trying to compromise. Because that's what it's going to have to be for us to make some progress. You know what I'm saying? Some of them like, man, fuck what he talking about. They called him a nigga. He ain't even black. Man, fuck what that nigga talking about. Man, anybody hearing that shit. That's the look on their faces. That's what I took out of them. You know what I'm saying? But he up there and he talking about infrastructure, building stuff over here. And I mean, who don't want that? I mean, if you're building over here, more jobs and whoop-de-whoop, you would think it all makes sense. But you got some people, they go, it's always going to be the naysayer. Oh, but it costs too much money. Do this, and do that, and do that, and do this. But if you ask them, okay, he wrong. What's your plan? Let me say that again. Hold on. Let me pause this one time. If you so against one person plan, said person plan, this could be anybody. What is your plan? Come on with it. Okay? This person plan ain't gonna work. It's silly. It costs too much. It's whatever. You can knock it any way you want to knock it. Okay? We gonna do it your way. Now how we do it? I'm listening. How we do it. So, man, that's all I'm saying. Like, don't be just knocking a person to be knocking a person. You know what I'm saying? This ain't even politics. This is personal or just day to day. Don't be knocking a person just to be knocking them. Have a reason to knock them. Have some good pointers to knock them. Anyway, you know how I like to keep it moving. For my true fans, they know how I like to keep it moving. Man, I've been talking about this show because I'm pretty sure it was a lot of people's favorite show. You got Bel Air. It's a reboot of the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. It's airing on Peacock. And it's a pretty good app. I got the app. I don't know where else but I got the app. And it was just some fun facts that I found about Peacock. I mean, not Peacock, but just Bel Air. The guy that's supposed to be playing Will Smith, his actual name is Jabari Banks. He's actually from Philadelphia. He's actually got an uncle. I'm talking about this real life shit. This ain't no script. This ain't no Hollywood. This real life shit. He actually got an uncle named Uncle Phil. And I'm like, man, it's like God just gave him this role. Like, this where you supposed to be in your life and your career. Because that's, to me, that's just too many coincidences. And they say the show is popping. Me personally, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. But I'm definitely going to. It's definitely on my list. And shout out to Peacock, man. NBC. It's just a different version of NBC. And for right now, it's free as far as I know. They get the boom, and you already know how they go. They go slide their subscription in. Start out about $1.99. Same thing Netflix, man. Netflix done went up on me so many times. That's what, boy, we got to talk about that. How many times Netflix done went up on you? I know how many times they done went up on me. But moving right along, got a fragrance company. They done took Jay-Z to court, trying to sue him, saying he had a breach of contract. And then the next thing you know, he ended up winning $4.5 million from them. Like, no, it wasn't me. It was you. So how you feel? You done took somebody to court, spent your lawyer fees and your money. Come to find out, they suing you for more money than you wanted. But I think to break it down, it was some fragrance company. And he was like, yeah, man, but shit don't smell right. I don't think it represents me and what I stand for. You know, it needs to be, this is supposed to be a high-end fragrance. And the company was like, okay, well, fuck you. And then they sold it anyway. But the thing about that was, if you're using him and his likeness, you're supposed to pay him for it. So anyway, long story short, they tried to take him to court to sue him for breach of contract. He ended up countersuing and getting $4.5 million from them. So now they got the lawyer fees for initially taking him to court, plus the 4.5 that they got to pay him. And then I wonder what a billionaire do with an extra 4.5 million. That is a good question, ain't it? What do a billionaire do with an extra 4.5 million? I imagine, being a billionaire, 4.5 million, that's life changing for a lot of people. That's probably, I don't know. He probably give it to Blue or something. He'll probably, I don't know. But that is a good question. Y'all be sure to answer that question at MarcoPolo2K at iCloud.com, or you can hit me at Polo_DA_swag_king on Instagram, or Polo the Swag King 1 on Twitter. That's Twitter. And some inspiring and good news. Man, this back on Biden. I will give him this now, because let's be real now. Everybody know black folk got Biden in there now. We flipped a couple states. I know Stacey Abrams did a good job in her state. There was a lot of people who wasn't registered to vote. They registered to vote now. And, a lot of people didn't think their vote counted. They know their vote count now. Just in my hometown, I know this going all around the world, but I stay in Mississippi, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm keeping it real with you. And it was a town that I thought was predominantly white. You know what I'm saying? Not knocking white or black, but it was a town that I thought was predominantly white. And they just got their first black female mayor. And I was like, whoa, it shocked me. And I think she won by 10 votes. Let me repeat that. She won by 10 votes. So for all y'all ignorant motherfuckers, and yeah, I called you ignorant. For all y'all ignorant motherfuckers out there thinking your vote don't count, you're wrong. You're wrong and you're ignorant. But nah, you might not be ignorant, but real shit, bro. If you're eligible to vote, you're able to vote, register your shit and vote, because your shit do count. Regardless of what the motherfucker done told you, regardless of what you think going on, your vote do count. And keeping it black female, Biden did appoint the first black female Supreme Court judge, Ketanji Brown Jackson, Harvard Law graduate. She was on the D.C. Court of Justice. And they like on both sides, Republican, Democrat, everybody respect her. So I don't see nobody interrupting, that she got to go through the confirmations and all, all the little bullshit or whatever, the formalities. But she should be the next, or the first black female Supreme Court justice. And you need a little good news in this world these days and this time. Moving along. Now, this, I ain't gonna lie, I ain't like this one. Or I don't know if I get on the shit and start doing it, I might do. But TikTok. Oh man, I know.